to 3 minutes. So I just went live right now, so we don't have to worry about having to rerun a bunch of different short videos. And I appreciate your patience. You definitely got like a good biography. I like your story, and it's one of the things that I kind of would like to do is interview stations like you, so that people who are getting into the hobby or the young people, they can hear what it's like coming from an operator that's all the way on one end of the country and on the opposite end of the country. You're going at the speed of light from one station to another. QSO?
Yeah, Roger that. So true. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's dependent on Mother Nature and atmospheric conditions and whatnot. We live right in central Vermont, right by Killington Ski Area, which is one of the biggest ski areas on the East Coast, or the biggest ski area on the East Coast. We got about 8 inches of snow last night, and it's about 20 degrees out. Past couple of days, we're down below zero in the morning, so we finally got up warm, if you want to call it that. So yeah, we're up to about 30, what would I say, 30, 28, 27 degrees, and we've been out shoveling and plowing snow this morning there at QSO.
Oh, QSL, yeah, the snow does get pretty heavy and pretty thick. We have we have a mountain range up here in California, maybe like a 2.5 hour drive from San Francisco. And so sometimes you have to close the roads, and it's one of the main roads, and a lot of truckers that are up there, they end up getting stuck. And so, they communicate with the radios too. They'll pass the message on to the people that are right behind them. And so instead of getting stuck on the side of the road, they'll be able to figure out which road stop or gas station to go to. Because, at the truck stops, they sell like a directory. They sell a directory, and it tells you where all of the stops are at. So when you figure out what your trip is going to be, you kind of know where all the stops are at. You anticipate these things, and listening to the radio, you get the heads up.
Hey, Roger that. Yeah, I use my mobile all the time to warn truckers. I live on a small road that runs through the valley, up to the higher peaks. I'm down in the valley, and trucks run this route. It's Route 100 in Central Vermont. It's a big truck route. So I warn truckers all the time. If there's a disabled vehicle, it's only a 2-lane road. You're head to head with another vehicle, another truck, and it can get dangerous. 50-mile-an-hour speed limit, and either side of the road there's drop-offs or guardrails and trees and whatnot. So I warn truckers a lot about just the disabled vehicle. If there's a group of kids riding bikes on the side of the road, or just simple stuff like that, you can either save a life or whatever. Just pass on information at QSL.
QSL, yeah, that's the perfect example of putting the radio to extend the radio to what it's for. Because a lot of us use radio to just rag chew and talk to other stations. But definitely that's stretching out the radio, and it does a whole lot. I mean, I do have a couple stories. You might have some stories, but yeah, definitely having the radio and the mobile, that's a good thing. I witnessed a car accident. It was someone who was speeding, ran the stop sign, and crashed into a lady's vehicle. She was a senior, like an older lady. And so he tried to get away, so he made a U-turn. And when he did the U-turn, he went over the center, like a small center divider, and he ruined his tires like that. So he got off and started running. And so I got my mobile. And at the time when you're cruising around in the mobile, you know who's on the frequency because you're talking and you know who's there. I was able to call it in right away, and we got that 911 dispatched, and we got the EMTs to take care of the lady. And the police went after the bad guy. They ended up getting in custody. That was some good radio work. It was some teamwork.
Hey, Roger that. Yeah, we get together on that one. Yeah. Also, in times of who knows what, communication breakdown, an EMP or something, you never know. We'd still be able to communicate a lot of CPS and radio operators still be able to across the country, information if need be to QSO.
QSO, there's a station. I'm wondering maybe if you've talked to him before, or maybe you've heard about him. He's down in New Zealand. He goes by 886. His name is JB. JB 886. He's down in New Zealand. You ever cross antennas with him?
I've never talked to New Zealand there, Roger.
QSL. So I talked to him like on the regular, same time, same place, and there was a major communication outage in Australia. There was like millions of people out of service, and one of the issues was that the 911 emergency network was running off of that, and so I got the news via radio. I didn't see it on the news yet. It wasn't reported yet, but they were passing the word along, and so I got the long distance call. One of the things that my old man used to do back in the days in the 80s, there was a lot of earthquakes in Central America, and at the time, their communications were down, but there was ham operators doing what's called phone patch. They was doing the phone patch, and so my old man, he's a member of the Red Cross. So we would have the news people at the house, we would have the Red Cross at the house, and they were coordinating via ham radio and also connecting the person that's on the other end with the phone patch, and we would make the call. We would connect them sort of like a three-way, and then they could speak and coordinate with if they need to talk to the Red Cross or they need to talk to other groups to get supplies and get the help. QSL?
Sounds like, yeah, that's probably a good deal there. You can really make things happen and get the word out of, phones go down, cell phones go down, whatever. You could, talk to. I got numerous people I could talk to in Florida, and, you can just find out. Like you're saying there, QSO.
QSL, the news, they're usually focused on selling news. So, and they only have so much time in their, they're limited to whatever they do. And so they have to pick out, what stories they're going to report on. And I've learned a lot from radio operators. I've learned a lot about what's going on in their community or what's going down in their neighborhood. And, things happen all the time, here around my area. I know who all the locals are, and there's random stuff that happens. For example, the school lockdown at my kid's school. A kid in middle school brought a gun to school. And these are the kind of things that, like you're on the radio directly with someone, and you can network the information. You'll find about it later. It did come out on the news later on. I think it was like on the following day.
Hey, Roger, that. Yeah, it's definitely a good way to convey information quickly if need be, and also just use it for fun, just like you said there, Roger.
QSL, and I know that the schools and other like entities like stores like Macy's or Ross or Costco, the people who are working, like the supervisors and security, they have smaller radios. They're operating on UHF. And so one of my ham radios, it's a 2-meter 440, it has a band scope. And so I can find them on the scope and see where they're transmitting. And so I can find them if I wanted to listen in what's going on. So I do have that programmed. I have it programmed for my kid's school, so I can hear security. My kid's school's not that far. She's in middle school, but things have been happening lately at the middle school. Like these kids, sometimes it's like they learn things they see on movies or what's on the rap music, and then so they try to duplicate that stuff. It's learned behavior. They learn this behavior and then they do it in school. So that's one thing I do. I have the frequency to listen there.
Hey, Roger, yeah, things are different, man. When I grew up, I don't know how old you are, but I'm 59 years old. I was born in But yeah, man, times have changed for sure with the internet and the phones and the Facebook and the Instagram and the TikTok and all that stuff. It's just like, it's you can have whatever you want instantly, and not all of it's good there on QSO.
Yeah, that's right. They like to imitate, and they want to be cool, and so yeah, we got a lot of different stories, and I think that's one thing that I'm teaching my daughter. She goes on the hometown radio check-in, and she goes by Little Ice Cream, and so she knows how to use the radio, and she knows what frequency she can find me. If she's on the base station, you're at the house, and I'm in the mobile. For any reason, they need to get in contact with me, and so I got a short story. So I went to work. I went to work, and I didn't bring my phone with me. So my daughter called me on the radio. She called me on the radio. She knew what frequency to find me on, and she said, "Hey, Dad, you left your phone at home." And so I was amazed because it was a call. It was a call going out to 1220 Golden Gate. I was like, "Man, who's this calling?" And then it was her. It was unbelievable. It's unbelievable that they know what to do. They're very intelligent. They just got to put the good stuff to work and just ignore the bad stuff.
Hey, Roger, yeah, it's a good thing to learn, like you said. I mean, even when I want to put one in my wife's rig there, because like I said, we live kind of rurally out here. We're not far from Chelsea ski area, but we're out in the woods here, and the roads are, we don't get a lot of you get decent coverage, you go through some valleys and you go up on some peaks, and you get in and out service,
What's up, Black Snake?
connection there, but it's good to, my wife talked online before, and she likes it, and, get her more interested in it, and get one in her rig, and just to have for emergencies, and to, like you said, just if you can't by cell phone or by any other way there, Roger.
QSO, yeah, some vehicles, they're better off using a magnet mount. For example, I have, it's like one of those, sort of like an SUV, they call them a crossover, but it has a panoramic sunroof. And so basically the whole entire roof is some type of glass. So you can put different mounting brackets with your antenna. And so my wife doesn't like the big whip. For example, you got like the Wilson 1000. It has a long whip, but Wilson does sell a short whip. You use the same magnet mount, and then the whip basically it ties in to the coil. So basically, you're just swapping out whips. So this whip is a short whip. It's something like maybe 2.5 feet long, and it works really well because I had it on a sedan. I had it on a Toyota Camry, and it was on the trunk. A magnet mount with a short whip that's made by Wilson. So it's something like maybe like a 2.5 footer, 2.5 maybe 3 footer, and it was getting out. And it has so basically on the whip there's a coil to compensate for the length, and so that's why it's short. And it handles 500 watts. So I mean, you're good with all of these radios that are coming out right now. If you get yourself a 10-meter radio, I mean, they come with about maybe like 80, 100 watts. That is perfect right there.
Yeah, that's the Wilson Little Will I have. I'm looking at one right now. I got one. I bought that first antenna 5 years ago. And then I shot the Wilson Little Will. That's a good antenna. My son didn't like the long whip on it, so he wanted something that would look a little more mobile snag mount, which is a little more sleek looking. And it goes back to or you can straight for better reception, but it was all about the look of it. But as long as he agreed to put a radio in, he was good as a call.
730. If you still copy 730, I'm starting to lose you right now. My signal is probably fading because the propagation is dipping right now. We got some heavy QS Bravo, and I don't know if you still got a copy of my signal, but I only got part of that last transmission. It may be that the propagation is changing right now, and we'll have to continue later on. And if you still copy QSO, propagation is fading. I think I heard you in the background. I'm gonna try to hang in here and see if propagation will come back. Maybe a little bit of patience. And again, maybe hang in here for at least a minute. See if propagation will come back. Try it again for 730. 730 Vermont. You copy? 730 Vermont. Copy? If you can hear my station 730 Vermont, I'll I'll keep trying to call for your station. Maybe propagation will come back within the next minute or two, or we'll figure it out. We'll get it coordinated. You can email me, and we'll figure it out. I don't know if you have Facebook. You can find me on Facebook, but if you just go on the YouTube channel, if you go to Operator Golden Gate, and on my YouTube channel, I have my email address there. It's really easy to remember. It's just like the YouTube channel, Operator Golden Gate on YouTube, Operator Golden Gate at Gmail. If you still copy QSL. I think I lost you 730. I think I lost you out there with the QS Bravo. We'll find you later if you still copy. We will try again for your station, but I think that we're gonna have to coordinate, continue on the next one.
Central Iowa. Who's out there?
730 Vermont. You copy? 730 Vermont. Are you out there? CQ Vermont. 730. Copy? I lost you out there, 730. I lost your station, Heavy QS Bravo. We're going to have to coordinate and continue on the next wave. 730 Vermont, if you still copy, 73s, take care. We appreciate you and your patience and having this QSO. And we'll put it up there on the YouTube channel. And Golden Gate out here in the San Francisco Bay is clear with 730 Vermont. Golden Gate, standing by.
Canada.
CQ, Golden Gate, Frisco Bay, Northern California.
47 Illinois. Copy that. Yes, I got you. F9 in my receipt here.
Golden Gate. I still got you, 333 in the Ozarks. You putting a lot of miles out there. You on a road trip?
Triple three in the Ozarks, 253. I heard you in there. Have a good time out there in that old Springfield, Missouri town. Hey, I appreciate it out there. Just driving around town here in Springfield, Missouri. Triple three in the Ozarks.
Hey, 333, I'm going to take a standby. I hear stations calling you.
Yeah, there's some other people in there. So, 73 to you, and you have a great day. Yeah, 547, Champaign, Illinois, on time.
Standing by for 333.
Pulling into a pit stop. Take care, Golden Gate, 333 in the Ozarks Mobile.
All right, good copy from that mobile. You're fluctuating between a 55 and a 57. Good copy. 73s. We'll get you on the next one.
Take care, Doug. Appreciate it. 6105, call CQ.
I hear a station out there calling CQ. Operator Golden Gate out here in the San Francisco Bay, returning.
CQ, San Francisco Bay, Golden Gate. St. Louis calling at you there.
I hear you out there, station in St. Louis. Good copy. We're picking up some traffic, but you're pushing through. And just wondering, what kind of technology are you running over there? It sounds good.
Oh, I just got an old wire strung right here. 0013 Kentucky. What do you call it?
You said you're working with a dipole?
Hey, Vermont, 60 in the backyard.
QSO, yeah, you know, they use the dipole as a reference to grade, you know, all the other antennas, you know, to grade the half waves and 5/8 waves, because they have to pick some sort of reference. So the dipole is a really good antenna. I've got a couple friends of mine that run the dipole a little bit of an angle so that you can, you know, you can fluctuate the impedance to get a good match. So they're easy to work with, easy to set up, and you're getting down. It's got a good copy with all the traffic.
Oh, I don't have much, but you got it where it groups in the middle for there. Calling 253, you got walked on there, my friend. So, yeah, seems to be doing really well. The SWRs are outright a good match. So, I appreciate you coming back. This is 619-222.
Good copy out there out of St. Louis. And I did get your call sign. It was a 6-1 something. It was a 6-1 something. Can you come back with the call sign? QSL, I got the 6105 Bob out of St. Louis. You got operator Golden Gate out here in San Francisco, California. And this is Doug, Delta, Uniform, Golf. And we appreciate you out of St. Louis putting it down on your part of town. We'll find you on the next one, 73s. We're wishing you a good day.
All right. Golden Gate 3082. Brought me up out of the bushes. I was sitting in the bushes, thought I was hiding, but out the bushes now. Appreciate it. 6105, here in St. Louis, calling.
All right, take care, brother. We'll find you on the next one. Golden Gate is clear and stand by.
1128. How about you, J253 Missouri Trend?
424 Oregon. Yeah, you got a good buddy of mine out there at 1128. Jay, he's out there hollering too, but I can't get a hold of him.
Is that Helen? Right. Is that Helen? This is really light. This is really light.
424, roger that. Yeah, hey, real quick, I got that problem with the guy over here in Springfield. Article 3, we bounce over each other so much, we don't even talk that much. So, hey, good to hear from you. You have a good one. Stay safe up there. 73. Goodbye, Roger.
When I'm up here at town, 333 in the Ozarks Mobile.
Hey, you must be out in the open. You're getting louder.
Hey, I just heard my local out here talking. So anyway, take care. Time to go to work.
CQ, Golden Gate, Frisco Bay, Northern California.
Golden Gate, CQ, all done ready. Missouri, stand by.
Station for Golden Gate, try again. We got some heavy traffic.
25, got you in here. Operator Jim said that 253 here in the Cowboys are.
Station for Golden Gate, try again. We're trying to get back to that station, coming back to Golden Gate, but I had some heavy traffic. I'm trying to send a signal back to your station. How copy?
Yeah, roger that.
Man, you got some heavy traffic going on, but you're sort of punching through. I heard you coming in there from Louisiana. I know we talked many times. I recognize your voice. And I didn't get the call sign, but I know you're a regular on here from Louisiana. Who that? Come on down with it. That's right, 50. I was wondering, that was probably your number right there, but I didn't want to get it wrong, but I recognize your voice. You take care out there, Louisiana. Favorite station out there from Louisiana, Mr. 50. 73s, we'll get you on the next one. Golden Gate, stand by. I'm still getting some random traffic over here on the West Coast. Any stations copy? Golden Gate, Frisco Bay, calling CQ. CQ, Golden Gate, Frisco Bay.
Hang on this radio.
Golden Gate. CQ Delta X-Ray, CQ Delta X-Ray, Golden Gate, Frisco Bay. West Coast, Hawktown Radio Station, calling CQ, CQ.
Is anybody on this frequency today? For the boys, they all be doing it. So I said, well, hey, I can't do.
Getting a little bit of Texas out here in California, West Coast, around the San Francisco Bay, the original Golden Gate station.
Man, these guys just can't get that stuff off their mind out there, man. How serious is it? You can hear that we ran 280
I hear you, 286 out of Cleveland, and you're going in here with a little bit of traffic. Hello, 286 Cleveland. Golden Gate for 286 Cleveland. I did hear you out there. Hello, 286 Golden Gate, Frisco Bay. Golden Gate for 286.
I know you come back to me with good reports and stuff. That's why I like talking to you and stuff. I talked to quite a few other guys. They said it sounded perfect. So I was just kind of waiting on you to come on in, and I was going to holler at you to see how it sounded. Roger that. Yeah, we're changing subjects a little bit. 5'9", you're 5'9" in Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Golden Gate. I hear you out there, 960 in Wisconsin. 960 Wisconsin, Golden Gate, Frisco Bay. I got some traffic going on over here, but we did want to recognize your station out there, 960 Wisconsin. 73, take care. Yeah, we'll definitely cross the antennas again. And my propagation isn't that good right now. Mother Nature's in a bad mood. But I'll find you. Golden Gate to be cleared in purity. Hey, 357. I was going to go QRT right now, but I heard your station. We're about to hang it up, and I did hear your call earlier. I was in the middle of interviewing a station. We did about a 20 or 25-minute video, and so I did hear you out there earlier. You're sounding good right now. Propagation is fluctuating. We got quite a bit of QS Bravo going on right now. But if you're still copying 357 Indiana, we'll find you on the next wave. Take care, 73s. Golden Gate clear.
CQ, Ozark Radio, 253 Missouri, read the mail. Trying it out. Hello, 357, Northern Michigan, standing by.
Did you say 357 in Northern Michigan, QSO? A station in Northern Michigan. Did you say 357 QSO? Propagation is up and down. We are trying to put the call out for 357 Michigan. Copy.
1128, 253 Missouri, trying to show me 239, Central Missouri, standing by.
357 Michigan. Copy. 357, you said you're out there in St. Louis, Missouri. This is operator Golden Gate out here in the San Francisco Bay.
Eleven 28, 253 Missouri. CQ, Ozark Radio, 253 Missouri, standing by. 210.
Station for Golden Gate. I did hear you out there. I do have a little bit of traffic and QS Bravo on the propagation. One more time for that station out there, calling for 1220 Golden Gate. We're trying to put the signal out for your station. Golden Gate returning.
219-253.
363 Texas. Hello, 363 Texas. We got a small copy on your station. Quite a bit of traffic and propagation is dipping up and down. We do hear you out there, 363 Texas.
CQ, Ozark Radio. Looking for you, 1128, 253 Missouri, trying.
Golden Gate clear. QRT.
CQ, 253 Missouri, standing by.